Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery? Why they whitewash our history? Keep dividing is their plan. All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, life is short. I don't have much time. So let's cut right to it. And if my language is going to offend anyone, well, then respectfully, this may not be the podcast for you. This may not be your daily show, because I've never been one to beat around the bush. I've never been one to worry about offending anybody. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell you what I believe, and I'm going to say it the way I say it. And I mean that. If my approach offends anyone, I hear you and I respect you. My voice just may not be yours. Let's get started. I want you to picture something. I want to put an image in your mind. I want you to sit down. Grab your cup of coffee, your hot tea, whatever you're drinking, wherever you are, inside your home, out on your deck, at the office, wherever you are right now, on the road, pull over. I want to put a horrible image in front of you right now. I want you to picture Donald Trump in a big old crowded restaurant. And he's sitting at a table eating a dinner, eating a meal, with 4 or 5 of his sycophants and his cheerleaders. And he's loud and he's obnoxious and he's spitting food everywhere, making a big old scene in a very crowded restaurant. And customers around him aren't real happy. They're bothered by his behavior. He's on his phone. He's firing off Truth Social post. He's trying to eat. He's spitting up his food. He's yelling. He's yelling at his sycophants. He's just making a big old mess and a big old scene in this nice crowded restaurant. And then when Donald Trump is done eating his meal, stands up, pushes his chair aside, lets it fall to the ground, stands up, unbuckles his pants, drops his trousers, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, in a big old crowded restaurant, sitting at a table with 3 or 4 of his court jesters. And Trump gets up, drops his pants, bends over, and takes one big shit right there on the ground, right there on the floor in this big old crowded restaurant. He takes a big old dump when he's done with his meal. Pulls up his pants, buckles his pants, doesn't even wipe his ass, storms out of the restaurant with his sycophants and his cheerleaders right behind him, doesn't pay his bill, storms out without paying, takes a big old dump, a big old smelly shit right on the middle of the floor in this crowded restaurant. And right before he leaves, he turns around to all the people in the restaurant and he says, "Hey, make America great again. You all in this restaurant, I didn't really like my meal. I'm out of here. You all in the restaurant, you got to pay my bill and damn it, clean up that shit. You got to clean up. I've done my part, man. I've done whatever I can do to help this country and to help make sure everybody in this restaurant has a good, decent meal and a good time. Fuck it. If you don't want to have a good time with me, you pay my bill. And while you're at it, you clean up after me. Clean up that shit, that dump." And Trump walks out of the restaurant with his little fanboys, towel boys behind him. Donald Trump takes a shit right in the middle of a crowded restaurant and demands that everybody else in that restaurant cleans that shit up. I'm sorry to put that in your head. That may not get out of your head. But damn it, that's where we are right now with this war that he started against Iran. Gosh, almost 5 weeks ago. I mean, look at where we are right now. Talk about taking a dump right in the middle of a crowded restaurant. The Strait of Hormuz was open, right? The strait was open. And then Trump starts a war and the strait closes. And then the entire world economy gets fucked. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's getting bored. He wants out. He's looking for a way to claim victory. So he just declares victory. We won. He declares victory. And he makes the rest of the world open up the strait. Do we have that tweet, a post this morning, Keith, from Trump? This is what he said this morning, and it's backing up reporting that Donald Trump is telling his advisors he wants out and he wants the rest of the world to open up the strait to fucking clean up his dump right in the middle of the restaurant. I mean, look at this. All you countries, United Kingdom, all the rest of you, you refuse to help, man. You refuse to help us in this great decapitation of Iran. So I got a suggestion for you. Buy oil from us, and you know what? You go do something about the strait. You go take it. You go open it up. We're out of here. We won. See you later. This is his MO. Thanks, Keith. And that report, Keith, let me know if we've got that clip. Yeah, Trump is telling aides, thanks, man. Trump is telling aides he's willing to end whatever this was he started, end it against Iran, even if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. Thanks, Keith. Even if he leaves that big old pile of shit on the floor of the crowded restaurant, he's done. He's out of here. He won. He had his meal. Just think about that. The Strait of Hormuz was open. Trump starts a war, it closes. Trump then declares victory while the strait is still closed and makes the rest of the world do something about the Strait of Hormuz. He's done this his whole life. And it doesn't matter for me to scream again about what a terrible guy he is, what a stupid guy he is, what a dishonest guy he is, what an ignorant guy he is, what a lawless and corrupt guy he is. This is what he's done his whole life. He's a narcissist. He's a sociopath. He's an idiot, right? He fucks things up. He breaks things. Can you say tariff? He breaks things. He fucks things up. He makes a mess. And often, when somebody else cleans up his mess, or when he walks back, taco, can you say taco? Like that's what Trump does. I'm going to impose billion% tariffs on the world. And the rest of the world screams, uh-oh, that's bad. And the economy tanks. And then Trump says, okay, I will not impose billion% tariffs on the rest of the world. And somehow Trump says that's a victory. It's what he's done his whole life. He's an idiot. He's a fraud. He's a con man. He makes a mess. He fucks things up. And then he either has to walk it back and declare victory, or he just fucking lies about it, declares victory, and makes someone else clean up his mess. His whole life, he's been eating meals in crowded restaurants, taking dumps on the floors of crowded restaurants, and making other people clean up the mess. Here's the thing. He's a prick. Right? Bad guy. He's a prick. But in the position he's in, the most powerful position on the planet, man, what a dangerous prick he is. What a destructive prick. You and I, everybody knows people like this in real life. He's the president of the United States. So he's not just a prick. He's a destructive, dangerous prick. And you know what? He had his, this is where it's heading. He's going to claim victory no matter what. And this is his MO. He wants out. He started this thing. He fucked everything up. He's never known what he's doing. He never made the case to the American people. I was on CNN last night and on with another, a Trump supporter who supports the war. And she said something. She said, Donald Trump has been very clear from the start about why he did what he did. And I said, time out. And I was very respectful, right? And I said, time out, time out. And I turned to her and I said, look, you can support the war. Amen. I don't. You can support Trump and think he's the greatest. Amen. I don't. But there's nobody on God's green earth who can say and defend that Donald Trump has been very clear from the start about why he launched this war. No way. He's never been clear. On my lifetime, and I ain't a young dude. My lifetime, never, ever, ever have I had an American president start a war and not have the decency to get in front of the American people and say why he started the war and what's going to happen and what we all have to do and what the impact is going to be and what the end game is. Trump's the only one in American history in my lifetime who's never done that. And so he pulls out his 15-year-old Secretary of Defense this morning because this is where they're going. No matter what things are like on the ground, he's walking, he's going to declare victory, and probably he'll keep the Strait of Hormuz closed. And as I said yesterday, and I've said repeatedly, and I'm exaggerating just a little bit, you close the Strait of Hormuz, you make every product known to man more expensive. It will fuck up the entire economy of the entire world. But Trump would declare victory and just walk away and leave it closed. And Pete Hegseth, Trump's 15-year-old Secretary of Defense, was out there this morning knowing what Trump's going to do, knowing Trump's MO, take a shit, make somebody else clean up the shit. Pete Hegseth came out this morning and looked at Republican voters and said, what? You're doubting the king? Play that quick Hegseth clip, will you, Keith?
As far as President Trump and boots on the ground, I don't understand why the base, which they have already, they understand, wouldn't have faith in his ability to execute on this. Look at his track record.
Stop right there.
America
Keith,
first.
Thank you. There's Trump. There's Hegseth talking to the base. As far as boots on the ground, I don't know. I don't know why the base would doubt him. Look at his track record. Look at his experience. How can anybody in the Republican Party base doubt that Donald Trump knows what he's doing? Look at where they are right now. They know they've fucked up. So Trump and Hegseth have to turn to the average Republican voter and say, excuse me? Hey, MAGA, it's Donald Trump we're talking about. You can't doubt him. You know his track record. You know how brilliant he is. What the fuck, man? That's Hegseth. In essence, that's Pete Hegseth saying, hey, MAGA base, how dare you doubt your dear leader? How dare you doubt our king? Man, if that's where they are, like all they've got is to fall back on the fact that their base is a cult. And hey, cult members, don't you doubt our cult leader. He's all knowing. He's all powerful. Don't you dare doubt him. How dare you think he doesn't know what he's doing? See, they're in a bad place because this was fucked from the beginning. He went to war and he didn't know why. He went to war and he didn't know how. He went to war and he didn't know when, didn't know where, didn't know what. I'll bet you that Donald Trump started this war against Iran not even fucking knowing what the Strait of Hormuz was. Come on. You know I'm right. Very little surprises or startles or stuns me. That's not a good thing. That means I've been in this day-to-day fight, this day-to-day political fight on this political battlefield for too damn long. Because, man, we all need to be surprised. a little bit every day. We all need to be even not shocked, but amazed. And I'm losing that because I'm into the day-to-day fight against what Trump is. So like nothing he does or nothing my former party does amazes me or surprises me anymore. I like to be amazed every day by things. I like to be surprised every day by things. My faculty speaker at my high school graduation 1,000 years ago always said something I've always held to. He said, always be childlike as you move forward. Not childish, but he said, always be childlike. And he explained what that meant. Always, every single day, walk through this world like a child does, in essence, experiencing things for the first time, being moved by shit, being surprised and amazed by stuff, being blown away by stuff like a child does when a child for the first or second time experiences something. But politically, I've lost that in this age of Trump. So when I see a headline, a Wall Street Journal headline, like I saw this morning, it didn't amaze me or surprise me, but it moved me again. So that's something. Keith, the Wall Street Journal headline on the 2020 election, if we've got it. Now just read this. This is from the Wall Street Journal this morning. And if I'm correct, it's Tuesday, March 31st in the year of our Lord, 2026. Holy Week, 2026. This is the end of March, the last day in March in the year 2026. And I'm looking at this headline. Senior Trump administration officials in the hunt for 2020 election fraud are pursuing theories once dismissed. Keep that up for a sec, Keith. This is an actual headline in the year 2026. Donald Trump and my former party and people who work for Trump are still talking about and thinking about the 2020 election. Still obsessed with the 2020 election. Still trying to make a thing of the 2020 election. 6 years later, in the year 2026. Now that headline, this headline, should alternatively bum all of us out, piss all of us off, sadden us, infuriate us. That here we sit in America, you can get rid of it, Keith. Here we sit in America, and one of our two major political parties has become a party of election deniers. Still a party of sore losers. Still. I said very early, and I've repeated it often, Donald Trump's greatest legacy is the destruction of truth. Not getting elected in 2016 and not getting elected again in 2024. Nope. Trump's greatest legacy is he's destroyed truth for so many Americans. And as a lifelong Republican who left the party 6 years ago, this will probably more than anything else make me profoundly sad. He sold the party on the 2020 stolen election lie. Here we sit 6 years later, and the vast majority of Republicans damn near all of MAGA still believe the lie that the 2020 election was stolen. That may be Trump's greatest achievement. It's not a positive achievement. Again, it's a destructive achievement. As we've talked about so often, if we get to a place in this country where so many Americans no longer believe in our elections, trust the legitimacy of our elections, democracy will not continue. This representative democracy. Elections are the heartbeat of our democracy. Stop the heartbeat, we die. And Trump's been at war against our elections now for years. And he was able to get an entire political party to believe that he won in 2020. He's been able to turn one of our two major political parties into a party of election deniers. He's been able to turn Republicans into just a bunch of sore losers. At one level, that's an amazing accomplishment, a horrible accomplishment, a destructive accomplishment, again, a dangerous accomplishment. But for us to be sitting here and at the end of March in 2026 and Team Trump is still going after the 2020 election. And part of it is because we know he's going to fuck with the midterms. We know he's fucking with the midterms now. We know he's going to do everything he can do to mess with the midterms. He's going to do everything he can do to cancel another American election. And we know, as sure as I'm sitting here, no matter the outcome, no matter how mammoth the blue tsunami is, Donald Trump will never accept the result. And a sizable chunk of the Republican Party, again, will never accept the result. That's Trump's legacy. Final thought. I'm going to just pose this as a question. If this is what you want America to be, then I demand you vote Republican up and down the ballot in November. If what I'm about to show you is what you want your country to be, is what you want immigration enforcement in this country to be, if you support what I'm about to show you, by all means, you have to vote Republican in November. Keith, show me that. ICE agents are going to be stationed outside graduation events for the nation's newest Marines. Why are ICE agents going to be stationed at Marine graduation events, outside Marine graduation events? Because they're going to try to identify family members who are undocumented, according to the Marine Corps. Now, keep that up for a sec, Keith. I'm a former politician. Politicians complicate everything. They try to complicate everything. They want to try to confuse you. They want to get you just not understanding things. I generally think life is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Look at this. If you want ICE agents to be doing this, vote Republican. If you look at this, no fucking way should ICE agents station themselves outside of Marine graduation events when our newest Marines have graduated to move on, and we're going to reward them. We're going to give thanks to them by putting masked federal thugs outside their graduation to try to grab and detain anybody they can grab and detain at U.S. Marine graduation events. If you say loudly and proudly, no fucking way should this be what America is, then you're obligated to vote Democrat up and down the ballot, no matter what you think of the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party in charge is not going to do shit like this, cruel shit like this, hateful shit like this, un-American, despicable shit like this. Republicans will. Today's Republican Party, this is who they are. They got their idea of what they want America to be, a white Christian place. And so these ICE agents, immigration enforcement agents, they're going to go anywhere and everywhere, even outside our new Marines graduating. Let's grab that Marine's mom. Let's grab that Marine's sister. Let's grab them right now. I don't give a damn if he's serving this country. I don't give a damn if he's going to wear the uniform of this country. Let's grab his niece. Let's grab his sister. Again, nothing surprises me, nothing amazes me, but I still read headlines every day or look at video every day that pound me and tap into my righteous anger. I think these midterms are really, really simple. If this is what you want, congratulations, Marines. Congratulations. Throw them in a van. Throw them in a truck. Detain. Fuck the Marines, says Trump. And says these masked federal thugs. Thanks, Keith. By the way, reminder, Paxos.app. That's our tool to help fight back legally, lawfully fight back against what ICE is doing. Paxos is out there right now on the streets of America helping people. What help do we need? Just help getting it out there. Help getting Paxos out there into the hands of immigrants and citizens. It's a know your rights tool so that immigrants in this country and citizens in this country know down to the letter what their rights are when dealing with and confronted with ICE. Just help us, help me, help you, help us put Paxos in the hands of the people who need it. Go to Paxos.app, check it out, and send that link to anyone you would think would benefit from a know your rights tool. My Substack, guys, Social Contract with Joe Walsh, .substack.com. Check it out. Everything I do, say, think, smell, yell, eat, feel, right about, everything is there. Social Contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. As always, you're welcome to subscribe if you'd like. And please send me an email about anything on your mind. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh, all one word, at gmail.com. Tuesday. Have a good one. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.